Hi, I'm Heidi Hewitt, AutoCAD Technical Marketing Manager, here with Kathy O'Connell, Senior Product Manager for AutoCAD. Kathy, you know, I've worked at Autodesk for a long time, and sometimes I forget, or I kind of assume that our customers know what's going on inside the organization and that they know the process of developing software. But I realize that many of our customers, though they use AutoCAD every day, probably don't know what kind of happens behind the scenes, who's involved, and what it really takes to get a product like AutoCAD out the door. Can you describe a little bit about the process or the team that's involved?
Sure, that's a great question. Autodesk has a very good philosophy and a very specific type of team that's developed to put together a product. We start with the product management team working on what the features should be and trying to develop this through customer input and interviews. We move into then the product managers have overlap with the product design team, and the product design team takes those features that product management says they want, and they make them into actual features that people might be able to use. We then work in with the feature team will start working in with the software development team, and the software development team starts working and saying this is possible or this is not possible, and we can make it this way, and we can do that. Once we start really developing it, then the software team and all the other teams are still all together, and we work with the product testing team. So the testing goes on as we start developing the software so we can actually see how it's going. During this whole process, we're also working with all our tech writing people so that they can document everything that we're doing. So as it goes out, then it goes out the door with the whole operation teams to try to get all the physical media and online downloads that people can have, and we then start working with all the marketing people and getting it out the door so you know exactly what we're going to be delivering. So it's a long process, but the teams all kind of overlap and work together to develop a product, and we don't give up on it till it's out the door.
And like for specific functionality, for example, you mentioned some of the 2D documentation tools, polyline editing, for example. Are there certain people from these teams assigned to a specific tool that really know it well?
Yes, we develop a feature team for every feature that we're actually developing, for the bigger features. And the people that are on it, if they don't know about that specific feature, they learn very much in depth, and that's where they're doing the research and they're studying, and they're making it so that it's correct for that customer base and what they're working on.
Great, and I know those are the people I turn to as I'm trying to learn kind of the overall product for that last phase, marketing. I turn to those people, and they're a great resource for really getting the knowledge.
It's amazing the depth of knowledge we have in our company on all the different features. Not everybody has to know everything, because we have somebody on almost everything that you can go to and get your expertise on.
Yeah, gotta have that. Great, thanks Kathy.